This conference will now be recorded.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم اجعل لي نورا في قلبي ونورا في سمعي ونورا في بصري ونورا في لساني ونورا في شعري ونورا في بشري ونورا في لحمي ونورا في دمي ونورا في عظامي ونورا في عصبي ونورا بين يدي ونورا من خلفي ونورا عن يميني ونورا عن يساري ونورا من فوقي ونورا من تحتي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ونعم المولى ونعم النصير الودود 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 شكرا لله والحمد لله اللهم لك سجودي وطاعتي
Subhanallah, shukranillah, alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Ali Allah, Madad Farma, Wahidul Kahar, Ali Allah, Madad Farma, Tawfiq, Ta'id, Himmat wa Jari. Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم या अली अनूर मौलाना शाह करीम हुसैन आजिमा मदद फरमा मदद फरमा मदद फरमा या अली मदद all friends. So we have gathered here to study our book, the Holy Quran in the light of Imamat. Ji Naveen Sahaba.
Shafina Saba will read the English and Matis will read Urdu. Shafina Saba.
Ji.
Page 4, last paragraph.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Just as the people of the world cannot make a guidebook for themselves without a heavenly book, they themselves are not able to be its teacher, who is revealed from God. Thus, it has been the perpetual law of religion of nature that not only is the book revealed from God, but its teacher is also appointed by him, so that he, with divine grace and help, may teach the people the book and wisdom according to their capacity. The Quranic verse, Surah 41, Ayat 53, shows that the ayat, signs, miracles of God are both in the external universe and in the human soul, which soon He will show to the people until it becomes clear to them that He is the truth. This means that the Holy Quran is in the luminous heart of the perfect man, with its complete spirituality and luminosity, because it is an universal law that what is attainable by common people after a long time has already been attained by the chosen ones.
जिस तरह हमेशा से दुनिया वाले आसमानी किताब के बगैर अपने लिए कोई दीनी हिदायतनामा नहीं बना सकते, इसी तरह वो बजाते खुद उस किताब के हकीकी मुअल्लम होने से भी कासिर है जो अल्लाह ताला की तरफ से नाजिल होती है। लिहाजा दीन फितरत का दायमी कानून यही रहा है कि ना सिर्फ किताब ही खुदा की जानिब से नाजिल होती है, बल्कि उसका मुअल्लिम भी परवरदिगार ही के हुजूर से मुकर्रर कर दिया जाता है, ताकि ये रब्बानी मुअल्लिम आसमानी तौफीक व ताईद से लोगों को उनकी हैसियत के मुताबिक किताब और हिकमत सिखा दिया करे। So in this paragraph, Allama Sahib is talking about this Asmani Kitab. The way in this world, when people live in this world, they do not have a guidebook for themselves. They don't know how to live, how to progress in spirituality if they don't have the guidance of a heavenly book. यानी आसमानी किताब. So you can ask कि भाई आसमानी किताब कहाँ से आई? We knew about Quran, ये आसमानी किताब कहाँ से आई? So we do know when we had studied 5/15 in which Allah said قَدْ جَاءَكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ नूरुन व किताबुल मुबीन, कि नूर और किताब दोनों साथ भेजा. मीनिंग कि जो बुक की यहाँ बात हो रही है वो कुरान तक लिमिटेड नहीं है. The book which we are talking about, it is actually heavenly book, which is in the batin of Imam. You know, there is a hadith by Prophet Muhammad. He says that Ali is with Quran and Quran is with Ali. Now tell me, when we see Maula Bapa, does he carry Quran all the time with him? So when Prophet Muhammad says that Ali is with Quran, which Quran was he referring to? He was referring to this heavenly book, आसमानी किताब, जो इमाम के बातिन के अंदर है. आसमानी किताब जो इमाम के बातिन के अंदर है. So in this paragraph, people of the world cannot make a guidebook for themselves without the heavenly guidance by the imam. अगर इमाम की हिदायत ना हो, इमाम के फरामीन ना हो, the people of this world will not know how to live this life. It is only through the guidance of the imam that people will know how to live in this life. Now, here in the context of studying, having a teacher, we also need to understand that when we talk about a book, the book always needs a teacher too. If we were to only have, you know, if we were to have kindergarten children and they go to their classes, or primary grade students, we give them, you know, the books which is studied in college, they will not know what to do with that book. So only having the books is not enough. They need teacher too. And if the teacher is in the class and if there's nothing to study, then what would the teacher do? Meaning the teacher and the book both are needed and they are compulsory. So in this context, when we are talking about the people of the world, they themselves, when they have this heavenly book, they cannot study it. Even if we talk of physical book, the Quran, we cannot study this Quran without a teacher. We need a teacher who can teach us. Now this book, when we talk about Quran, it was revealed from God, right? तंजील जो है वो खुदा से आई थी. इस तंजील की तावील, इसकी हकीकी माना, who is going to teach us? that teaching can only be done by the Imam who has the book, Asmani book in his batin. It is the कानून of खुदा. ठीक है, खुदा का ये कानून है. क्या कानून है? That the book which is revealed from God, it does not come without a teacher. Look at the mercy of Allah. He gives us the book as well as the teacher whom Allah appoints. खुदा के अमर से इमाम इस दुनिया में है. It is only Imam who can guide us about this knowledge. Now, very important sentence towards the end. We all need to pay attention to that. It says, the teacher is also appointed by him so that he, with divine grace and help, may teach the people the book and wisdom according to their capacity. Very, very important point. So let's review the paragraph again. When we say that we have heavenly book, which needs a teacher for us to be teaching us, Imam is the one who has the heavenly book within him. When we say that Ali is with the Quran and Quran is with Ali, meaning that the Imam has that heavenly book, the batin of the Quran, the ta'wil of the Quran is actually with the Imam. The physical book only has the tanzeel. Now we do not see Imam taking our classes, teaching us, sitting with us. Why? Imam is Badshah. Imam is the king. Imam chooses his slaves. And we are reading the book of one of his slaves who claims very openly that he is the slave of the Imam. And through this book, we are teaching, we are learning the understanding given in this book about the Imam, the heavenly book, Imam being our Batni teacher. Imam, when we talk of Imam being the teacher, Imam comes from the Amr of Allah. And with his Amr, in our Jamaat, Imam chooses Ismaili Mominins like Allama Nasiruddin Hussain, Ismaili Momin. He was chosen, he was given the Tawili Ilm so he can teach us and we can learn. But very interestingly and very, very importantly, the critical point here is that the teaching is dependent on the level of the people. It is dependent upon us being the Mu'mineen, being the students. What is our level of learning? What is our level of understanding? If we do not prepare our Zameen, remember, being a student, it is the status of Zameen. It is the status of student. It is the status of Mustajib. जब दिल की ज़मीन नरम ना हो, तैयार ना की जाए, खाद और हल ना चलाया जाए, फल नहीं पैदा होंगे. Right? Similarly, इल्म उनको ही दिया जा सकता है जिनकी ज़मीन तैयार हो, नरम हुई हो, जिसमें बीज बोए जा सकते हो. अगर किसी जमीन पे हम पहुंचे जहां सिर्फ पत्थर ही पत्थर हो, वहां अगर हम कुछ उगाना चाहेंगे तो कुछ भी नहीं उगेगा. यही कुलिया यहाँ पे दिया गया है कि अगर हम इल्म सीखना चाहें, it depends on us how ready we are, how higher knowledge we want to get. तो इल्म जो है इसी तरह से दिया जाता है जब हम तैयार हों, उस मकाम पर पहुंचे. We can take the example of our peers, right? Our peers have given us ginans. Our peers were those Arif at that time. आज से 500-600 साल पहले, our peers were the ones who were Arifin and Kamil at that time. And they had given us the Jamaat ilm through the ginans. And Jamaat was learning those ginans to seek knowledge. But in today's time, when we understand the Ginan in Quranic knowledge, in Tawili knowledge, we get so surprised that in Ginan there was so much knowledge. Yesterday, the Ilmi Umar of Jamaat was not such that they could understand the Ginan's meaning with Quran. But today, it's a different time we are sitting in. It is the time of Qiyamah. It is such time that Ta'wil has been given to us. The Rahmat of Ta'wil has been given to us. So today when we read Pir's Ginan, we get very, very surprised that we never had understood the Ginans in such a way. Similarly, in today's time, those Mu'mineen who will prepare themselves to get higher level of knowledge, they will seek higher level of learning, and higher level of learnings are offered. Those who seek will find. In the next paragraph, it talks about chapter 41, verse 53. So who has been ready to read that verse? Bismillah.
Soon will we show them our signs in the regions and in their own souls, until it becomes manifest to them that this is the truth. Is it not enough that your Lord witnesses all things?
Subhanallah. So let me read in Urdu. अनकरीब हम उनको अपनी निशानियां आफाक में भी दिखाएंगे और उनके अपने नफ्स में, यहाँ तक कि उन पर ये बात खुल जाए कि ये वाकई बरहक है, कि ये वाकई बरहक है। अगर आपके उर्दू कुरान में कुरान का लफ्ज लिखा हुआ है, देन डू नो कि अरबिक में कहीं भी कुरान नहीं है, तो उसको ब्रैकेट में डाल दें। क्या ये बात काफी नहीं है कि तेरा रब हर चीज का शाहिद है? Our sustainer, our Lord sees everything. And soon the signs will be shown in the outer world and in the inner world. यहाँ पे जो लफ्ज आयात हैं, signs, the word signs के बहुत सारे मायने हैं। आयात मीनिंग निशानियां यानी कि साइंस, आयात के मानी माजिजात भी हैं, आयात के मानी इमाम भी हैं, आयात के मानी आगे का हिकमती इल्म भी है। ये तमाम चीजें इस निशानी के अंदर आ जाती हैं। So ayats are there within our inner world and the external world, right? Which soon he will show to the people. Now, let us quickly reflect कि हम किस तरह से इन निशानियों को समझें। So let us take the example of our universe. The first thing which we see in the outer world is sun. अगर सूरज ना हो, we cannot have heat and light in our physical world. Suraj is the center we see in our planet, being responsible for so many things. If we were not to have sun, we will have no electricity, we may not have any food, we may not have so many things. The whole world depends on the light of the sun to flourish and to grow. Physical world. ये बाहर की निशानी है. Remember, physical world में whatever we see is actually the symbol of the batni world, आलम रूहानियत. When we look into the आलम रूहानियत, Imam is at the position of sun. It is the light of Imam which helps our universe run. अगर इमाम के नूर की रोशनी ना हो, ये दुनिया एक लम्हा भी नहीं ठहर सकती है. Now when we take the ayat, meaning the ayat in internal world, nishani in our internal world, in our inner being, in our internal world, Imam is that light, that noor which we seek. Now for us, because we are so blessed that Imam bestows upon us that Isme Azam, the supreme word. If we truly, honestly do the ibadat on that name, we will be able to witness, to see that sun of the light of Imam in our inner world. That nur which we seek through that shabd, that word, actually it is the nur of the Imam. Within that word, Imam has given his light to us. It is through that Isme Azam we will be able to see within our inner world that the whole world is being nourished by the light of the sun of the Imam, by the sun of the light of Imam. ये तो बात हो गई सन की. अब अगर हम मून को देखते हैं तो मून आउटसाइड जो है, अगर हम दुनिया में देखते हैं, we would know that the light of moon, there is no light in the moon. Do we know that? Moon has no light of itself. Moon gets the light from the sun. How strange that understanding is. When we see this physical universe, moon gets the light from the sun and it gives us light at the night time. Moon is the example of our peers. When peers are giving us the teaching, they are guiding us towards the sun, but their teachings are such calm, peaceful, easy to absorb. अगर डायरेक्टली सन से लाइट लेने जाएंगे तो क्या होगा? एक ध्यान से सन को देख भी नहीं सकते, आंखें अंधी हो जाएंगी, जल जाएंगे. पीर क्या करता है? हमारे पीर जो है वो उसी इल्म को, उसी नूर को, उसी बातनी तरक्की को बहुत ही आसान लफ्जों में, मिठास से, मोहब्बत से हमें सिखाते हैं. Outer world, the example of the moon would be for us the teachings of our peer. Now in today's time, someone can say, oh, we don't have any peers. And yes, absolutely, Piratan has been merged with Imam. There are no peers. Do we not have the light of peer in our being? We do. In Batni world, the light of peers do exist. How? Imam says it very clearly. I give you my paternal, maternal loving blessings. So if we do want to seek the light, the rahmat from our peer, it is present in our batin. It depends on us. What level do we stand? What is our riyazat, ibadat, ilm wa amal that we can seek from that thandi, meaty light, which is the light of the moon. Now let's take the example of stars. Stars की जो मिसाल होती है वो दाइयों की होती है. चांद की रोशनी से सितारे रोशनी पकड़ते हैं. Do we see how there are darjat, sun है, moon है, then stars हैं? Similarly, all these darjat do exist in our batin. They do exist in our batin. Again, why do we not see these darjat in our batin? Because we have to be at that level by doing the riyazat or ibadat, ilm or amal, girya or zari, to be able to see all these ranks within our batin. Now, potentially, Imam has given us this title. It is a potential, it is a duwaya title, that you all are my dai. Why? So we can walk on the path of our dais, fidais from history, meaning learn the knowledge, do honest ibadat, have the ethics, so we can also complete our Isme Azam and see this light within our batin. So 41 by 53 actually is a beautiful verse for us to realize, to understand that all the signs are there for us to see the light of the Imam within our being. We can look at the universe, all what is outside, we see it does exist within our being in the Batni sense. we seek knowledge from the outside, apply it in inner being. The way when we read Quran, we read only the Tanzil. We don't read the Ta'wil in the Quran. For Ta'wil, we have to look, we have to seek Imam's mercy, Imam's blessing. Why? We do know the Pagambar is the one who brings the Shariat, he is the Natik. And Natik is always with Asas Imam. Asas Imam is the one who does do the Ta'wil. And in today's time, our Imam is Shakari. It is through his du'ashes that we are able to get to the Ta'wili knowledge. So this means that the Holy Quran is the luminous heart of the perfect man when it is with its complete spirituality and luminosity. It is Imam who shows us his nishani in our batin. It is Imam who gives us the talimat of the Ta'wil. What does it mean? That it is Imam who in Nuraniyat has the ilm of Quran in his batin. When we walk on this path, Insane Kamil, through his Nuraniyat, gives us this knowledge so we can also follow in the footsteps. ताकि उन पर वाज़े हो जाए कि वो बरहक है, इसके मानी ये हुए कि इंसान कामिल कि ज़मीर मुनीर में कुरान अपनी मुकम्मल रूहानियत और नूरानियत के साथ मौजूद है. When we look at the Imam, Imam is the perfect man. Within Imam, the whole Quran in its Nuraniyat, in its Ruhaniyat is present. Now through the Imam, the Khawas, the chosen ones, get the knowledge first. And then Awam gets the knowledge. In today's time, in time of Qiyamah, it is the period of Awam. Everyone who wants to benefit with their own free will get benefit from this Ta'wili knowledge. It is the blessings of today's time that whoever wants to seek this knowledge are able to seek this knowledge. The doors are open for them. What is the condition? What is the criteria? The criteria is that one has to be the believer in the bayya of Imam. Without acceptance of Imam, without knowing Imam as Imam, it is impossible for anyone to walk in the path of Nuraniyat, of Ruhaniyat. Therefore, it is first for the Ismaili Jamaat. These Talimat is available for Ismaili Jamaat. So if you were to ask me in today's time, who are the chosen ones? It is the Ismaili Jamaat. It is the mercy of Imam that Imam has opened the Isme Azam to all. Anyone who wants to practice, they can come forward. And it is the blessing of that Isme Azam, that Riyazat, that Ibadat, that Ta'wili knowledge has been made possible for us to learn so we can grow in our batin, in our Ruhaniyat, and get connected in our batin with the Imam. When we are one with the Imam, whatever Imam has, Imam gives it to us. So I see one of the question here. It says, what is the proof that Imam has chosen Allama Sahib to teach us? Wouldn't it be correct to say Imams have chosen peas and dyes for this task? I am confused. It's a very good question. There are very many proofs in his writings. I see everywhere Ta'wil in his books. That is one proof. The second proof is Hazri Imam's Talika. And Salma, I would request Naveen Sahaba to share with Salma the book which is written by Dr. Fakir Sahib, share that with her. And anyone who wants it to know about Allama Sahib, that book is now published by ismaililiterature.com. So you can read that book. And even after that, Salma, if you have confusion, you can ask questions. So when you say, wouldn't it be correct to say Imams have chosen peas and dyes for this task? I would ask you, do you think that this knowledge can be given to any common man? Reflect upon that. Ji, Shafina.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. If it is asked, in what form does the wise Quran exist in the blessed heart of the holy Imams? In answer to this important and useful question, God says in verse Surah 29, Ayah 49, nay, it is the Quran, is bright signs of miracles in the hearts of those who have been granted knowledge by God. The purport of this, according to the wise people, is that the perfect man are given first the knowledge of certainty, then the eye of certainty, due to which the spiritual and luminous miracles appear in the mirror of their hearts. It is these miracles which are called the clear signs mentioned in the Quran time and again.
Ji.
The light of Imamat says that proto-religion and proto-science are both the same. See Memoirs of Aga Khan III, page 169.
Ji, Shafina.
इस अहम और मुफीद सवाल का मुकम्मल और कतई जवाब के आयमाए अतहार सल्लल्लाहु अलैहिम के कल्ब मुबारक में कुरान हकीम किस सूरत में मौजूद है? सूरह अनकबूत नंबर 29 आयत नंबर 49 से मिलता है। चुनाचे इरशाद फरमाया गया है, सूरह 49 आयत 29, बल्कि ये कुरान रोशन आयातें हैं उन लोगों के दिल में जिनको खुदा की तरफ से इल्म अता हुआ है। इसका मफहूम दानिशमंदों के नज़दीक ये है कि कामिल इंसानों को पहले इल्मुल यकीन दिया जाता है और फिर उसके बाद ऐनुल यकीन का मर्तबा हासिल होता है, जिससे उनके आईनाए दिल में कुरान के रूहानी और नूरानी माजिज़ात का ज़हूर होता है और यही माजिज़ात आयात बय्यिनात हैं जिनका कुरान में बार बार जिक्र आया है।
Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. So this paragraph is answer to your question to Salma. In what form does the wise Quran exist in the blessed heart of the holy Imams? How do we see that the Quran is in the heart of the Imam? An answer to this question is given in Quran. Surah Ankabut, chapter 29, verse 49. And it says, nay, it, meaning the Quran, is bright signs of miracles in the hearts of those who have granted knowledge by God. So it is the personality of Imam who has the Amr. If we were to study chapter 3, verse 33, Ayah Istafa, the verse of chosen, it talks clearly about Imam being chosen to guide us. And within the heart of the Imam, all this knowledge has been given. Now, as Imam is the Badshah, Imam is the king, Imam is not going to sit down with us to teach. But those Mu'mineen who do work hard on the path of Fanayat, they become one with the Imam, they walk step by step in the journey of knowledge, in doing the ibadat. They get to ilmul yaqeen first, then they get to ainul yaqeen and reach to haqqul yaqeen. Whoever reaches to Haqqul Yaqeen, which is a very, very difficult task, in any point in time, there are very few people who can get to that level of ranking. When they get to that rank, meaning Haqqul Yaqeen, meaning becoming one with the Imam, then Imam chooses them to give them ilme laduni, given knowledge. Example of such in our past, if we see, is our Pir Sadruddin, Pir Nasir Khusro. When we look at the example of Pir Sadruddin, let's take example of Pir Sadruddin because they are close to us, right? So when we take example of Pir Sadruddin, when he went to from Iran, he went to India. Whatever culture, whatever language they had, our peers have given the knowledge of Quran in their language, making it so familiar to them so they can understand and accept the talimat, the dawat of Ismaili tariqa. How were peers able to learn so fast, so quick all the languages and being able to teach them to? It happens because they had the nur of the Imam in their heart, because they were one with the Imam. In today's time, when we talk of fresh knowledge, knowledge from the Quran, we see one and only one personality of Allama Sahib. So it cannot be any professor of IIS or anybody, because when you talk of knowledge, you are talking about the knowledge from the books. Allama Sahib is not talking about the knowledge of the books. The knowledge he is talking about is by being at that world, Alam-e-Bala, visiting there, getting the ilm-e-laduni, and then writing about it. So simply, what is needed is knowledge for us to be able to differentiate from writing to writing, from books to books. There are very many books in this world, very many books. But if we have not read a book with the Tawili knowledge, if we have doubts, doubts are there where there is darkness, meaning lack of knowledge. An Imam, in his own words, beautiful words, Imam in Farman says, if one has not eaten mangoes, they will eat onion and praise onion. Again, it is important for one to take the steps needed to eat mango, to know the difference between the taste of the mango versus onions. If one keeps on eating onions, they will like onions and they'll be happy there. Only those who have tasted the mangoes, they know what they're eating. So here in this verse, it is clearly says, Allah is saying in the Quran, bright signs of miracles in the hearts of those who have been granted knowledge. Those who have ilm laduni, they see this Roshan majizat in their own hearts. So the mafhum of this verse, the purport of this verse is that the wise people, to the wise people is that the perfect men are given first the knowledge of certainty and then the eye of certainty. Darja ba darja ilm diya jata hai. If we were to say today, no, show me how is it in the batin, it's impossible. It is impossible because पहली सीढ़ी चढ़ेंगे तब दूसरी सीढ़ी पे पहुंच सकेंगे. But if we continue to say, नहीं, I want you to answer me from the second सीढ़ी, then simply the answer would be, come up so I can show you, I can give you. If you stay down, you cannot see the realities of what is seen at a higher level. So those who are wise, wise meaning akalmand. In the language of Maula said, Mansur akalmand tha, jo hamare raste chala. Right? So those who are wise, for them it is being said that first they are given the knowledge of certainty and then the eye of certainty. Uski wajah se they are able to see ruhaniyat and nuraniyat. of all majizat within their being, in their hearts. And that is why they can call it clear signs, clear majizat. For us, it may not be clear. It is these miracles which are called the clear signs, mentioned in the Quran time and time again. ये वो माजिज़ात है माय डियर सलमा जो बातिन में दिए जाते हैं, जो इल्म लदूनी है। फिलोसोफर्स की नॉलेज एक हद तक सही है, फिलोसफी एक हद के बाद काम नहीं आती है। बिगनिंग में फिलोसफी पढ़नी चाहिए ताकि समझ आए चीजें, एक हद के बाद फिलोसफी की काबिलियत नहीं होती है। क्यों? फिलोसोफर्स विल गिव यू थियोरीज कि ऐसा होगा, ऐसा होता है, ऐसा हुआ होगा। हकीकत क्या है? फिलोसोफर की बस की बात नहीं। हकीकत इज ओनली गिवन टू अस दोज हु हैव विजिटेड दैट हकीकती दुनिया and then teaching us what they have seen in the hakikat. And the way Allama Sahib is giving us this knowledge, he is helping us to learn this knowledge with the help of Quran and Farman. If we have not studied Quran, it will be difficult for us. And when I say Quran, not the tanzil of the Quran. We all have to seek the ta'wil of the Quran to be able to understand. So कुछ वक्त के लिए ऐसा करना चाहिए कि अपने डाउट्स को एक सेक्शन में बंद कर दें। एक हम्बली एक तरीका है कि डाउट्स जो हैं उसको एक जगह कहीं बंद कर दें and just learn the knowledge. Have the heart opened up and just learn this ta'wili knowledge and see that you are able to understand and remove all the questions which you have in your heart. Remember, Imam has said in his Faramin, Hazir Imam and even Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah, when you will have hakikat given through your ears, through your eyes, or within your heart, your own inner being will tell you, it is hakikat, I like this. There is a truth in it. There is no doubt in it. But we have to have that openness in our heart to be able to listen to that knowledge. Shaitan is always there to hinder us. Whatever we have heard in the past, the ill concepts will limit us. But if we are truly the seekers, take the name of the Imam. Seek the mercy of the Imam. Tell Imam clearly, Mawla, whatever is the right path, let me walk on that path. If it is wrong path, tell me in my heart and not let me walk on that path. Mawla will protect you. You are beloved of Mawla. You are beloved child of Mawla. He will protect you. It is my firm belief. So it is important for us to have that firm belief in our heart and look at this ta'wili knowledge, which is given to us step by step. It is very clearly said in the above paragraph, the 2 paragraphs above, that it depends. The knowledge is received depending on our capacity. So however we are, that much we will get. So the next question here would be, on your behalf, I asked, how do I increase my capacity? How do I help myself learn higher knowledge? Simply take a break from eating onions and start eating mangoes regularly. You have to forget the taste of onion to realize that you do have taste buds and you will taste the mango, which is the king of the fruits. Onion is vegetables. Through this example, I hope I'm conveying what needs to be done to be able to realize हक क्या है और बातिल क्या है. यहाँ पे हम रोकते हैं. Inshallah, if you have more questions, you can ask. If you don't have question, then inshallah, We will continue the studies next week. Even if you review and you have questions, do not ever hesitate to ask questions. I would love you for asking questions, please. So today I give all the credit to Salma for asking very beautiful question. Thank you, Salma, for being here and asking question. So I see one of the question which I asked you and she's asking me, but because she has asked, so I have to give answer. And she's saying, I missed the point about onion and mango. So Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah is using an allegory in his Farman, and he's saying that those who eat onion, we all eat onion, so we do know the taste of onion, right? And I hope we all know what mango is and how does it taste. Tell me, is there any comparison of the taste of the onion to mangoes? No, not at all. So why Imam is using this allegory? And I'm using this allegory of Imam and trying my humble attempt to answer the questions of Salma, who has asked a beautiful question. How do we know? What is the proof that what we are reading is the truth? And for that, I'm responding by saying that if we have still difficulty, because I see Salma being regular in very many classes, after so many classes, attending so many classes, still there are issues, then I would say, and she's asking, how do I know? I am saying, take a break from eating onions. Do not eat onions. Let your taste buds forget the taste of the onion and start eating mangoes. A time will come that your taste buds will tell you, your inner batin, your own soul will tell you what is the truth and what is not. So I hope that helps, my dear friend. Any more question? Continue to reflect, continue to ask, because this journey is long but beautiful. Alhamdulillah. I'll see you inshallah the next time. Yali madad, yali madad.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Joining.
Thank you.
يا علي مدد شكرا
Thank you, Yali.